Welcome to Action Points, a Mythras Matters actual play podcast. In this episode, Company Business Part 3 using the Destined rules, the team approaches a hacker to see if they can help them dig up some dirt on the new heroes in town. They deal with a number of the squatter gang and save a cardigan factory for a sweet old lady. My name is Inwils and I will be the GM for the game. I'll let the players introduce who they are and who they will be playing.
And go with Mr. Pickles.
Oh, I'm the fastest. Yes, I am playing Rabbit, who is a very, very fast character. She does everything fast. She heals fast. She acts fast. She has so much luck that she lucks fast. She's a melee character. She uses fists and clubs primarily, or quarterstaff in her case. She's mostly crowd control because she can't do a ton of damage, but she can hit a lot of times and trip people up and make it so if you have a gun, you can drop it before you even fire it. Other than that, she has a few odd skills that haven't really come into play too much. She knows the underworld of the city a little bit better. She's got some decent streetwise. She can steal things without you knowing. She's a weird character. She does a lot of things fast, and that's Rabbit. With that, I'm going to throw the microphone as quick as I can over to my comrade, Captain Kangaroo.
Hey everyone, Captain Kangaroo. Playing Banner tonight. He's the muscle of the group. He's here to make sure that all bad doers, the ill-gotten street thugs, they learn that the hard way that any petty crime means many large medical bills that will destroy them, bankrupt them, destroy whatever livelihood they never had before. But that's all in the name of freedom, right? It's their choice. See, that's what he wants them to know. It's their freedom for him to break their bones. And you see if you'd be able to do that today, or do nothing but do stupid stuff today. From now, I'm going to pass the microphone to Medevac.
All right, thank you, Captain. I'm Medevac, and I play Sophia Sampson. She is she controls moisture. She's a mistress of moisture. That never gets too old. Moisture. So she can create things out of moisture in the air. So
it's not difficult, Misty.
No, it's not. No. So she creates fog. She created a wall of moisture which stopped people from falling over a bridge a few episodes ago.
Yes.
And then she hit ultimate power last week, where she can turn herself fully into vaporous form and was able to escape.
Oh yes, he did,
through the floor. Because nobody thinks about securing the floor, do they?
No.
She has powers such as water blast, where she can control the width of the blast, so it either does a bludgeoning damage or puts it to a very thin beam, so it's more of a piercing damage. She also can can summon a water elemental that will do her bidding. By day she's a lawyer, and that is where we're at the moment. She's out of superhuman. Thingy, and she's now in joggy bottoms as a lawyer. And with that, I shall pass on to. Sorry, I'm rambling. I shall pass on to our GM in Wales. Sorry.
It's all right. I'll use the condensed version for the podcast.
Hi, it's Medevac.
Yeah, Mistress of Moisture. Thank you. So the party the team, their superhero team, are having a bit of an issue. they have recently aligned themselves with a company, one of the 3 top companies in Metro City. And since aligning to them and going on their payroll, certain things have started to go downhill. They were actually given the possible location of Dr. V, who is an evil scientist and genius of his previous lab. And they went off to that and got in there to find themselves trapped in a super polymer cage. Misty could get out by turning into vapor form, and Banner ripped up the floor. Not before they saw on Network 7, the local news network, that it would appear that they have robbed a bank and hurt a whole load of people. In the footage, they were stopped by a second group of heroes, led by Sonic Blast, with Hedge Thicket and Dumbbell with them. And it looks like somebody is trying to ruin their reputation. So Misty did take a video shot of the footage when they were all in the sealed room, which I think is currently in Misty's safe. Is that right?
That's right. We took a copy of it and put the thingy in.
That's it.
So,
yeah. They then came up with several plans. They were going to go and visit the scene of the reputation ruining act. But before they did that, they wanted to gain some information about these 3 new heroes, Sonic Blast, Hedge Thicket, and Dumbbell. They went back to their company, who's called Atomic Alpha, led by Jack Stone, and they have put the party onto a hacker that they have known and used in the past. The team have gone to downtown Metro City, the slums area, where they have located the hacker's apartment. Hacker's called BBL, and they found his apartment block. Just as they were going, I think Rabbit did a really good streetwise roll or knowledge roll. And they have also discovered that there's a group of a gang, a sub-gang called the Squatters, that are occupying and operating in this area as well. So the party went up to the floor of the apartment, and they noticed that there's 2 cameras outside the room, one facing the door and one facing out of the door. They also noticed that there's a huge scorch mark in the carpet outside the door. And as one of them was quoted last week and just said, "Oh, definitely not a trap," or trap very obvious. And that's where we left it last week. So Misty, you're in Civvies, aren't you?
that's right. Yeah.
And what's Rabbit and Banner in?
Rabbit was wearing.
Civvies, but I'm going to say street clothes.
Yeah, Rabbit was wearing some of my.
Yes.
To fit, and so was Banner.
Yeah, a pencil line skirt for Rabbit, and Banner's in high heel shoes and a posh
Power
suit. Yeah. Yeah, 2-piece power suit. Excellent. So yeah, so let's pick it up straight from that point. So you've just come up on the stairs and you're facing along the corridor. Just to let you know, none of the other doors along this corridor seem to have any cameras or anything like that. They've all got numbers on. I think this one is 27B, I think is the one that you're going to. And you've seen the camera and you've seen the burnt mark on the floor. And yeah, that's
27A, but yeah.
27A, thank you. And that's where we left it. So I will pass it over to you guys. What would you like to do?
Well, I do think we're going to have to approach this door very carefully and maybe attract the attention of the occupant. Rabbit, how about you run up to the door, knock, and then run back here as quick as you can?
Play knock and run.
Yeah, knock and run.
Yeah, that seems kind of rude. Maybe that's how you get scorched if you do knock and run. Maybe they have a real big problem with that, and they are just getting rid of all the perpetrators. I don't think we should do that. I think we should go up and we should be more appropriate and kind and friendly and ask them for their help, because otherwise, why would they want to burn us?
Right.
Okay,
Well,
but
let's go knock on the door.
let's avoid the large circle in the
We'll
carpet.
just tell them we're good neighbors and we're here to talk about civilian things.
I love it.
Let's be honest.
I love it how Banner's in civvy clothes, but his voice stays exactly the same as does Rabbit's. There's no difference, is there, between them two?
I don't have a secret identity. I'm just Rabbit.
My secret identity is my identity? No.
Oh, you called John somebody?
John Morgan.
John
Yeah.
Morgan, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, so is Banner going to go up to the door? Is that the plan?
Yeah, he'll trudge up there.
I'm going to try and
With
push him from
very-
behind.
One very stern knuckle. Bop, bop, bop.
Okay, so Rabbit's there as well, pushing him from
I'm trying to
behind.
push him up to the door because he walks too slowly.
Yeah.
I'll
I'm not
be
making
there,
any-
but I'll be.
Out of the
I'm
blast
avoiding
range.
I'm avoiding the scorched carpet.
Yeah.
Hello?
Okay. So Banner, you sort of like bang, bang, bang on the door, and you notice that the camera that is facing out to the corridor it has a little like speaker on it, and a voice comes over. It just says, "Yeah."
Hello. Is that Mr. BBL?
Are you selling something?
No, we've been sent by a mutual friend to use your services.
We have a mutual friend.
Apparently. To be fair, I only found out about you about 3 hours ago.
Oh. And will I know this mutual friend?
I certainly hope so.
You do notice throughout the conversation, the cameras seem to be moving from one to each of you in turn. So like, zzz, zzz, and so sort of like pausing on you from both the back and the front. And it sort of like holds it for a minute and then moves on to the next one of you. And he
It was Jack Stone that told us about him, wasn't it?
It was, but
yeah.
he told us not to connect us to them.
That's right.
Because of the whole bad reputation. Can I do a backflip when the camera comes to me?
Sure. Roll your acrobatics.
This is going to impress him, guys.
This is
Is that where you stumble and fall into that circle on the carpet?
We need to impress him. I'm going to use a point of luck to not snap my neck. That has to
Give me
be a reroll.
96. Let's give me like 96.
So the
damn.
first roll for people on the podcast, it was 95 out of a skill roll of 56, so it failed miserably. But using a luck point, Rabbit got 49 out of 56. So a really good roll, and you sort of like stumble a bit on the carpet, but then pull it off. And as you're doing it, the camera goes zzz, and sort of like follows you. Throughout the backflip, and there's a pause for a minute, and then a voice comes over and says, "That move looks very familiar."
Yeah, it's called a backflip. I'm really good at them sometimes. Actually, usually not.
Instead of telling him who the friend is, just make someone sound like the friend, like instead of who we know it is. Say like it's back blown, so it doesn't know.
Lord,
What? I didn't get that.
that's okay. It's rude.
Is it
Just
rude?
say-
Oh, right.
Just say you copied it off your favourite superhero.
Yeah. And
instead of Jack's stuff, say backblown, so that way sounds like a person, but we're not giving away.
There's a pause for a while, and then you hear the same voice comes over, and he says, "We may be able to help each other, I think. I'll open the door. Please stand into the first chamber so I can scan for bugs and, well, weapons." And the door goes click as if it's been released from something. The door opens outwards into the corridor, which is quite unique for doors. They normally go inwards, but this one definitely opens outwards, and it clicks Banner, so you can hold on to the handle and pull it open if you wish.
Does it pull as far as that hole in the carpet?
I'm gonna pull the door open. Yeah.
So you open the door, and there seems to be like a little airlock inside. You notice, the first thing that you notice is that the inside definitely doesn't look the same as the apartment block. It looks very high tech. It looks like there's plastic polymers being used. You notice that the glass looking forward, so you'll go into the airlock, and then there's a glass panel that you probably think is either, it looks like a mirror at the present moment in time, but nothing else. And in this little alcove, this airlock, there's no other button, press, anything to press or anything like that. But you can tell that the opposite side of the airlock will actually open. You do notice, Banner, as you quickly scan round, that there does seems to be cameras on the top of each of the corners of this airlock or this alcove. You assume that there's some kind of scanner.
Okay. I'll walk in, but little cautiously, because Banner doesn't like small spaces that he can't break out of easily.
Yeah, and you sort of like goes in, and you hear the over the speaker, just the same voice that says to you, "All of you in, please." Sounds a little bit impatient.
Right, I'll follow in, and as I go in, I'll give Banner a slap on his arm and say, "Don't break wind."
And
before Rabbit joins, I'm gonna pull out my quarterstaff and go tink tink and be like, "A camera, is this gonna be okay? I did full disclosure. You gonna be mad?"
He sort of like they sort of like just get in the alcove.
Okay, I'm just giving you the warning. Tink 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 tink. I'll put it in my pocket and go in.
Yeah, and you notice that there seems to be this. You get those red scanning lines that go down you. It's like a bzz, bzz, up both your back and your front, and then there seems to be a ding, and the door in front of you that looked like a mirror slides open to one side, and you look into what appears to be what was once an apartment block, but all the walls have been knocked down to create just one massive space. You notice that there's numerous monitors and screens and keyboards, every sort of tech that you could probably imagine. There's huge tables that are in arcs, that's allowing the occupant to sort of like reach round and type on several different keyboards at the same time. And you notice up on the walls, there's monitors showing the latest football game from the stadium in Metro City. There's another one showing Network 7 updates, and there's a tele shopping channel that is scrolling through fitness attire and fitness exercising, claiming that you can get fit in 5 days. You can have a body like this in 5 days. And among all this, there seems to be a man who appears to be absolutely, possibly wheelchair bound. Okay, he's sat in a wheelchair. You notice that he has a tartan rug over his knees. It seems to be some kind of electronic wheelchair. It has a little, at one side, it has a little joystick that he moves backwards and forwards. And he sort of like does quite a special maneuver, like reverse and turns round. And he sort of like looks at you all and says, "Well, come in then."
Banner kind of look around and then cautiously trudge forward.
Yeah.
I'm going to stride up to him, hold up my hand out, see if he takes it. If he takes it, I'll shake it and say, "Hi, I'm Sophia Sampson. And these are my colleagues."
He looks at it, but doesn't move his hand from his little joystick, and he sort of like says to you, he says, "I don't shake hands, you know, germs."
No, that's perfectly fine.
He sort of like, even when you're saying that, Misty, he carries on talking, if that makes sense. And he sort of like says, "So you think we can do each other a bit of a favor, can we?"
Depending on what your side of the bargain is, I certainly hope so.
Well, you look like a capable, well, maybe not you. He addresses you, Misty, in your attire. The other two look quite capable, and she's got a fancy staff that I've only ever seen once before. And
I'm only a security guard. And he looks at Misty and winks.
And I am only.
He also delivers pizza.
And
Yeah.
part-time pizza delivery man.
And as he says, he's only seen it once before. He sort of like looks at you, Rabbit, and raises one eyebrow in pure Mr. Spock fashion. And he says, "Well, it looks like you can, you know, deal with a certain problem that I have. Maybe we can."
Do you need squatters taken care of?
He looks quite shocked at that point and says, "How did you know?"
About the squatters? Well,
Yeah,
I did a few fist type games down in this area, so I've heard about the issues that people have with them. The squatters take over their businesses, make them go out, and well, I may have fought a few of them too. I may have made some money off of them, actually.
Right. You're not one of them, are you?
No, I never really liked doing that, but you have to do stuff to survive, and I punched a bunch of people, and it happens. And now Sophia helps me not to get involved with those bad sorts.
Well, maybe I actually want some people. And he looks at you, Banner, and says, "Punched."
Oh.
He said, "Yeah."
Banner, punching.
He sort of like says, "Oh, are you up for some punching?"
What do you have, like a punching bag or something? I don't understand.
No. And
You offer me punch?
A smile spreads across his face. "I want some people punched."
Okay, I can do that.
Not too hard though. I don't want any damage done to the place.
They should be easy to beat up. They seem to only be squatting. They don't really should have a lot of upper body strength. So
Yeah,
I could probably handle that.
Oh, Banner.
but I don't want any damage done to the building. I got that. I just got that. That was a joke about squatting, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the only exercise that gang does. They're like, do we lift at all? No.
They have
Every day,
massive
Sunday.
thighs. Yeah.
Oh god.
He only
Um,
knows what squatting is based on what he does in the gym.
How
6
about
hours a day.
how about the people? Are you okay with John here expressing his feelings on the people?
He says,
Uh,
John can express whatever he wants, but don't damage the building.
Sounds good to me.
And which
I
building
guess.
are we talking about?
He goes, wait, young lady, wait. What do I have to do for you guys for you to remove
Oh,
this group of people?
We're looking at for information on 3 new supers that have appeared over the last day or so. Sonic Blast, Hedge Thicket, and Dumbbell. We'd like to know where they've come from. And who,
what? That's not what we need at all.
isn't it?
No, do you not remember how the terrible things were said about us on the TV, and we wanted somebody who could help fix this, and our friend who I can't name said that he has a friend named BBL that could fix this and make it so our bad reputation goes away. That's what we're here for, right?
I think you could do both.
Yeah, I thought
It's
we'd
one
get
or the other.
on these 3.
He sort of like, when you mention the 3 other superheroes, he sort of like reaches out and presses a button on the keyboard. You notice one of the monitors replaces the football stadium that he was watching, and 3 still life shots come up of Sonic Blast, Hedge Thicket, and Dumbbell. And he says, so you want to know about these?
Indeed, they're part of an elaborate setup to frame 3 other superheroes who we know were not at the location where the violence took place earlier today.
He says, you don't by chance mean these? And he presses another button on his keyboard, and another monitor comes to life, and there's a picture of Banner, Misty, and Rabbit.
Indeed, there are.
Wow, what an attractive man.
They sent me this video, and I'll show them the video of the one that Misty took of the laptop in the enclosed room when the laptop had the action happening on the news.
Yeah. You notice the 3 people on the screen. Rabbit, yours is a clip from when you were outside talking to Network 7 when you do a backflip.
Yep.
And that's the part of the clip that's on almost like a loop on that one. I know yours is one that you're just trying to look intelligent and sort of like flexing. And Misty, yours is one that you're floating on a cloud, it looks like, and coming into land, and probably at the fashion parade. When
yes.
So he sort of like says, and he looks at your copy of the video, and he says, He says, that could actually be real, that.
And
So,
according to my clients, it is very, very real.
He says,
as these people are talking, Banner is now flexing against the video of himself.
yeah.
So
comparing and contrasting.
Yeah, he's like in competition with his own self. Go ahead.
Just roll an insight check, Anna.
Insightful I am.
Oh yes, yeah. You're still confused which side is the best side, by the way. Either sort of like, even now you're looking, which you think maybe both or none. You're not too sure. And
You
BBL
just can't see which side of the face has the most distinct chiseled jaw.
Yeah,
like the one that could
and clenched
cut through marble.
muscles. Yeah, and Misty, the BBL turns to you and he says, "I could make this look more real if you wish."
Well, I've been assured it's an authentic clip.
Well, or part of the deal if you want it.
My worry, if there's any tampering with the original image, and then somebody was to analyze it, it might be the whole video might be construed as being no.
Believe me, girl. Believe me, lass. Nobody finds my tampering. No one.
Well, in which case, and I'll say, do you want to transfer it to your yeah, in a word.
You want to? You're going to give him a copy.
I will give him a copy. Yes.
And so he sort of like does it via airdrop. As your tablets come close together, it airdrops across, leaving you your original, but copying to his. And so then he says, "So let me get this right. You want me to improve the quality of this video, find out about these other three, and what's the third thing?"
Well, we think they might be linked to Dr. V. I don't know if you've ever heard that name. Also, possibly linked to, sorry, I'm flipping through the notes.
Sky Syndicate, I think.
Thank you.
It feels
Yeah,
like they
Sky
got mad
Syndicate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on the first page. Yeah.
I'll do some digging, shall I?
Thank you very much.
And do you want me to check the news feed to see that whether or not that was tampered with or not?
You think it was tampered with?
He sort of like gives you a sideways look and says, "Isn't everything tampered on Network 7?
What?
I'm more concerned with the witnesses that said that Misty, Rabbit, and Banner were inside the building. Even the people that are in there claim it was them.
I wonder if
attacking
there's
them.
Banner's seen all the footage of the security cameras that the guy has. I wonder if there were security cameras in the bank.
Well, there will be, yes. It's a bank, hopefully.
He says, right.
Wouldn't the security cameras show what happened to the bank then?
He says, wait. Let's just take one thing at a time here. Or let's start with this. And then if we are both satisfied with the outcome, then maybe I can look deeper for you. Since you are three just normal, everyday people living in Metro City who happen to do brilliant backflips.
He also delivers pizza.
And carries
completely normal.
And carries a collapsible staff.
It's a bad part of town.
Fastest pizza delivery man in my neighborhood.
He says,
There's only 17 delivery men.
I can believe you are a top-rate delivery man as well. Top-rate, Mr. Morgan.
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
I never said your surname. Dun, dun, dun.
I might have.
Right, he says, this is how you're going to help me. He says, unfortunately, as the talking fast lady mentioned, there's a group of people in this area, gang members called squatters, and they've taken over a warehouse of, shall I say, close acquaintances to me. as you can see, and he gestures down to his wheelchair, I can't help. But I'm glad to say that I found 3 people who are willing to help. Now, I want to make this totally clear. And he makes eye contact with you, Banner. No damage to the building. Yes? Leave everything intact. Furniture, walls, windows, roofs, everything. We're hoping to let my acquaintance back into the building and carry out operations as usual once the nasty squatters have been, shall we say, removed. How about it?
I believe
Yes.
we can fulfill your
Well, of
reasonable
course, we can
request.
definitely take care of these leg day aficionados.
And by the way, there's very limited, shall we say, police observation in this part of the slums. So if a few bones get broken, a few heads get smashed in, can you just take them outside once you're finished? Yeah?
Okay, and maybe I don't know. Maybe ask them nicely to leave.
Or
Just taking out the trash.
or pulverize them first and then chuck them out through an open door or window. He looks at you, Banner. No damage. He says, come back as soon as you finish the job and I'll share what I've got for you.
Wonderful,
Okay.
Mr. BBL.
That's good. See you later.
And he
Be
says,
right back.
Banner's kind of tries up.
as Banner starts to march to the door, he says, yeah, you probably want the address. And he turns and jots something down on a piece of paper and hands it to you. It looks like a warehouse address. It looks maybe like a storage unit or something like that.
I'll hand it to Rabbit, who's from around here.
Yeah, Rabbit, you have. Do you have a knowledge roll for this area?
I have culture the underworld, and I have streetwise.
And do your streetwise. That'd be a better roll.
It is better. Pow! I'll use a point of luck to reverse.
So you got 61 out of a skill of 44. So
take some time to think about it.
yeah,
I need to think fast.
He always thinks fast. Yeah. So just for people who are watching or listening, if you take longer time over a skill, it actually reduces the difficulty of it by one level. So a standard success will become an easy success. But Rabbit's super fast and he always has to do things in the smallest amount of time. You remember this area. It's like a downtown warehouse. You didn't think the whole area was being used for anything apart from possibly drug running and things like that. You're not too sure, but it definitely is an unsavory part of the town, of downtown.
When I share that with my allies, I want to emphasize, looking at Banner, a lot of real nasty drug dealers down there preying on all sorts of innocent people and selling drugs that are supposed to make you go fast, but then they don't do anything but slow you down. Bad people, Banner.
I wonder if they have drugs that make these lifters lift more.
Steroids, yeah.
The Banner, no, the emphasis is they're criminals. They're committing crime.
For what? Just going up and down a lot? I don't understand why he's making us attack these people. These squatters.
You beat up a bunch of children for doing graffiti, but you're fine with drug dealers?
No, I stop drug dealers. I just understand why he's making us. What is it? What does he mean by squatter?
I told you outside, the squatters is a gang. They go into businesses, they take over, they make it so you can't go to your business, and then they have to be. Then you're just like, oh well, I don't have my business anymore. That's a bunch of money stolen. They're thieves.
That's right. Imagine if somebody moved into your house, Banner, and wouldn't leave.
Like a bunch of communists?
Or basically what I do to Misty.
No, this can't be. We can't. No! I'm going to obliterate these communists.
Yeah, but not the building.
On this soil? On this freedom soil?
On this freedom and justice soil.
They probably make their drugs in communes.
Quick! Let's go smash their faces.
Okay, so tell me, you got this location. By the way, as you go out, you do notice that the inner door was like a two-way mirror. Once it's shut, you can actually see from the inside out into that alcove. Once you go out, everything sort of like clicks back shut. Yeah, so I need to know, Rabbit, you know where this location is, that you need to deal with some people, so that's not an issue. I just need to know how you will be going about it.
For a warehouse in sort of a semi-industrial area or a slums type area?
It's definitely a slums type area.
Okay. Is it something where we would expect there to be a front door and a back door, or is it something where it's just like going to be a front door and a large garage door type entrance?
Well,
do we have an idea of what it should look like?
So it could be that could be something that you can have a look at, depending how you want to approach it, if that makes sense.
I have an idea.
Okay, what's your idea, Banner?
Well, I'm not on the clock right now, but I could be. Wink.
Are you winking about security or winking about delivery?
Let's just say sometimes even calmness, like a fresh pizza.
Actually, that's a great idea. So my idea was that we have Banner go to the front door and try and get in that way. And then while you're busy taking a lot of their attention, myself, I go to the back door, I come in and I get you help from behind. Misty provides air support or joins me so that we can ambush them while you're bashing their faces in. We reduce the threat from behind while you take on them full force. But that only works if they have a back door. If they don't have a back door, then we all need to go in at the same time and make sure that Banner doesn't die.
Yeah,
well, that's a good idea. Yeah.
But if you can sneak in with a pizza, if you bring in a pizza, then you can get in there at least before they start shooting you with guns.
And guess what? Instead of pizza in the pizza box, it's going to be my shield.
Does your shield fit in a pizza box?
Cut into slices.
Only in the extra large box.
It's not to do with size, remember,
it's
Rabbit.
It's meant to feed a family.
Well,
can't we just go full Florida and go squatters?
Maybe Banner, maybe you should think up like a reason for you to be there, because they might answer the door and be like, "We didn't order no pizza."
Oh yeah, but
what's the address next door?
Okay, so let me step back a little bit. First of all, I need to know who you are going as.
Rabbit.
Okay, so you're going in as superheroes.
At least I am. I need my armor on.
We need to put them down quick.
Okay.
So yeah.
How would we put them down quick?
Banner's gonna wear a coat over his outfit and then a baseball cap. A baseball cap.
So he's got his so nobody will recognize me. Okay, so
I could go vapor form and have a scout out of the place and see what's in there.
Well, that's my next question. How are you doing any reconnaissance of the area at all, or?
Yeah, well, I will do that. I will go vapor form and go through some kind of ventilation inside to have a look in the main rooms.
Okay, then. Yeah.
And while you do that, we can get food.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I'll be like a ground fog.
You can you need to use PowerPoints for that. Do you? Go vaporous.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. You should all be at max PowerPoints, by the way. You've had plenty of time to recover.
That's right.
So I'll move everybody onto the screen so you can see what Misty sees, because I'm assuming she's going to relate it back to you
Indeed.
all.
Yeah.
So can you see something now, Misty?
I can see a building. Let me zoom out.
You should see a lot of black areas, but a
I
lot
do.
of
Yeah.
So the gray areas down here, okay, that is like the street, okay, and then you can see that there's other buildings attached to this at various places. You can also see, Misty, that there is what appears to be a set of double doors here. Okay. There's a single door here. Yeah. Anything else you see like these are windows. And then here,
Oh, yeah.
that's like an open front. And you can see that inside.
Like a loading bay type thing.
Yeah. And you can see that there seems to be various crates, etc. in there. There seems to be no vehicle in there, but there does seem to be two what you can readily see as gang members. They've actually taken a crate and turned it upside down and are actually playing what appears to be some cards. So it's a one-story building. So it has like a double door at the back and a single door at one side and an open loading bay at the front as well. That faces onto the street. Just to let you know, while you're... I'm just thinking, Misty, of all the things I could do to disrupt your vaporous form.
Put on air conditioning.
Yeah, or one of those street cleaners that suck in. Yeah. There goes Misty.
Where's Misty?
Yeah. So you sort of like move around. You do notice that it doesn't matter what time of day it is. This area is quite. There's nobody walking around. It seems very barren and remote. Can you just make for me a perception check?
Just so you know, vaporous form doesn't cost me anything because I've got no boost in it yet.
Oh yeah, got you.
Yeah.
You notice that both of these people who are playing cards in the room in the loading bay seem to have sort of like Gillette denim jackets on, so you can see their arms, and they seem to have a symbol tattooed to their upper arm that is an S with a downward pointing arrow through it, sort of like that. So it's sort of like that you assume that this must be the gang symbol or the gang tat for squatters. They seemed really laid back, really cool, and not bothered. They don't even seem to be on alert. You do notice that they seem to have both of them have machine pistols resting on the crate, and they seem to have sort of like daggers or knives at their belt as well. The other thing that you do notice is that they're dressed as if they've got a uniform, if that makes sense. They definitely want to make it clear who
Part of
they
the club.
are. Yeah. Now you can, if you wish, go in because you are in vaporous form, so you
But
can
I
do.
don't want to startle them, so I'm going to move away from there and sort of go. Where am I? Sort of down this sort of area. And if there's when it gets to the door, maybe go through the keyhole, or if there's any ventilation.
So that's it. So that's the doors over that side that you could. So it's on the so like the west side of the village of the building, and it just seems to be a normal door. It's one of those doors that has glass at the top half, almost like a square, and you notice that it's got wired glass in there. You can see that the hash of the wire, so it looks like if anybody broke it, it wouldn't shatter. It would just
Is there a
sort of
name
like,
on the glass?
no, but there is a nameplate underneath that says office underneath the
Glass.
the glass. There seems to be a keyhole here that you can squeeze through. There also seems, it doesn't look like it's even locked. If anything, it looks slightly ajar.
Oh, in that case, I'll go around the bottom of the door and in.
Yeah. So when you go in, what you see is something that you're not really expecting. There are lines.
A vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. There's lines of tables. Okay. And they're sort of like lined up in E shapes and T shapes. And there's men and women working on what appears to be some kind of packaging line. They seem to be taking some kind of substance, and they seem to be weighing it out into what appears to be plastic bags, and then they're moving these plastic bags into boxes and packing them in. And then there's almost like those trolley wheel trolley things that have several boxes piled up, and then they seem to be taking them into the direction of the loading bay. And you can see from where you are that there is a doorway, a double doorway from this room into the loading bay. Okay, and that's closed at the moment, but you can see that they're piling up these boxes. You also notice that there's a set of stairs going down at one corner of the room. And you do notice several things that you do notice. All these people in here, you figure there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 people in here. They all seem to be dressed in a similar way, in this squatter attire. You also notice that they all have knives on their belt, but they all have machine pistols as well. And as you roll me an insight check while you're in vaporous form. Yeah.
That's a 38 out of 63.
Yeah, nice. And so you notice that, especially the one close to you, it looks like a really nice machine pistol. It doesn't look like it's rubbish. Do you know what I mean? It looks almost brand new. You're not too sure because you're not a gun expert, but they don't look shabby, these guns, at all. Some of them have them on the table. Some of them have them in holsters on their belts, but they seem to be quite happy moving with them. It's not as if they're amateurs or anything like that. Yeah, go for it.
That answers one of my questions. I thought they might have been coerced into being there. Like people dragged off the street to work. These are actual proper affiliated workers.
Yeah, they all have the same gang attire on.
Yeah, that's good.
Just while you're there, you do notice that somebody comes up the stairs and seems to come up the stairs and hands out cans of pop or beer or something, and sort of like comes up the stairs carrying them all huddled in his arm, and just seems to go round and hands them out. And everybody seems very focused and they know what they're doing and they're doing it. You think this area was probably some kind of a storage unit beforehand. You can see an odd crate that has something to do with woolen garments on it, best woolen garments around. You notice there's some cardigans as well thrown over in the corner, and one of them has been used to sort of like go over a crate that one of the gang members is sat on.
That's good to know, because my worry was we were working for somebody who wants to protect his drug friend.
Yeah, possibly. Possibly. I don't know why Astro's there, by the way. I've just noticed him.
He's a buddy. Him alone on his weird bulbous head.
Get out of my mind.
We always forget about you being here, Astro.
You really speak up a lot, do you, Astro?
So, so you can head back unless there's any other piece of information that you would like to have.
I would like to go down the stairs if possible, just to see if there's more people down there. It's going to be good to get a full head count if possible.
Yeah. So going down here, as you move down, it appears to be the same size as the floor above. There seems to be a whole load of old boxes that has been almost like carelessly shoved in the corner. And you notice some of them are open, and there seems to be woolen garments like jumpers or what do I think Americans call them sweaters. Yeah, sweaters and cardigans. If people, is it a cardigan an UK phrase or not?
I've heard that.
Yeah, so jumpers and cardigans of different styles lying all over the place. But the other thing that you immediately get an idea of what this lower floor is all about. There seems to be very rudimentary beds down here. There seems to be a table and some cabinets. It seems to be covered with takeaway boxes and beer and cans. There's a huge pile of cans that are still in those with those plastic round them, to pull them out. It seems to be either like a place where the gang might sleep and probably eat as well. There's lots of taco boxes.
Looks like a right squatter's place.
Yes, and it looks like a lot of the normal stuff that was in here, or the original stuff, has been thrown over to one side. There's another 4 people down here, all gang members, no doubt at all. So there's 7 upstairs, 4 down here, and 2 in the loading bay.
And they've all got machine pistols.
Yes.
This could be messy.
And knives?
And
knives, yeah.
Ooh, we better watch out for those knives.
Yeah.
So Misty returns to the 3 of you.
I'll relay everything I've just said. Seen, sorry. With the added that, yes, machine pistols are going to be quite tricky.
Not for a man of steel.
Destroy all of the carpentry and furniture in there.
I was going to say, the problem is we can't damage the building.
Well, there's one thing we can do.
We can't damage the building.
Well, I think even if they damage it, it's still going to count against us. They don't want any damage.
That's true.
But I mean,
how fast could you disarm them, Rabbit, do you reckon? in that little room?
It depends on if they're all in a line. It's easier when they're in a line.
Well,
And asleep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the sleep would be, but if they're all over the place in a
unconscious.
circle, it's a bit harder. I kind of the way I know how to do it is I spring forward, and it's kind of like a pinball. I ping pong, and it's easier the more of a line it is. If they're all spread out, and it gets more difficult.
From what
I understand,
the description that Misty gives you, there seems to be plenty of opportunity for parkouring, over the crates. That sounds like
and over the tables.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more of my speed charge ability. I can use more power points to hit more targets, but it's supposed to be if they're in kind of a line.
Yeah, that wouldn't be possible.
So it would take multiple uses of speed charge, I think, to get all of them. But I might be able to get like 3 or 4 in one go, maybe.
With multiple power points as well, won't it?
Yeah, it costs 1 additional per target, but
I could possibly enclose a room in fog, in mist, so they can't see anything. But then you need to have some wildfire going on.
Yeah, but then also,
yeah,
if you make the room all misty, because your name's Misty. If you make the room all misty, then there's going to be moisture everywhere, which is going to grow mold, which is going to cause damage to the property. We don't want that.
No, that's true.
And Banner cannot see through mist. Banner says. I don't know whether or not Captain.
Oh, Misty, because your name's Misty.
yeah. I'm glad we've all come to that conclusion.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The two people.
I do think
we could do one other
thing. I do think the office does weigh in. Sorry,
one other thing we can do.
We stop all talking at the same time, please.
We can draw them out, maybe.
They'll just shoot out.
Yeah, but they'll bunch up. Right?
If you're lined up and you hit the first one in the head, and their head goes back and hits the second one and the third one.
So say somehow we draw them out here. Say we get just one of them, bring them out here and have them yell and scream mercy. It will get the attention to all the others, and they'll come to these garage doors, and they'll be a lot easier to handle bunched up together shooting at us rather than all over the place.
Banner, I know that you've done a lot of pizza delivery, so you should know this, but just to be clear, they're just going to aim around the corner and shoot at us. They're not going to all come out and be like, oh, we're a blob. These gang members aren't that stupid. They're going to point their guns from behind cover. They're not going to run
gang
out.
Gang members, in my opinion, are pretty stupid. Almost every gang member I've dealt with has had brain damage.
Because you gave it to them after the fact. Okay. I think I have an idea. What we need to do is have Banner go to that back door that you entered through, Misty, and try and get your way in through that somehow. It's probably locked. This might not work. But if you can go in there, you can at least thrash them around, and they won't have a good chance of hiding behind anything. Meanwhile, myself and Misty can go around the other way, get rid of those 2 guys that are in the landing area, and then go to the other door to give you some backup. If there's anybody left standing, then we'll be able to help you. But you're bulletproof, aren't you? You've been shot at a couple times. I think even if they get a few shots off at you, it won't do anything because you're Banner. You have metal in your lungs.
Well,
metal in my lungs.
The door at the side is ajar. Not literally, it's slightly open.
Okay.
Yeah, that is true.
So it's not locked. So Banner could go in and start smashing, whereas we could go over and take care of the others. Then we could join up, or perhaps I could take care of the others. And Misty, you join in on the other side, become a moisture, and then become unmoisture, but still moisture, I guess technically, on the other side.
Yep, we can do that.
I'm glad you understood that because I got half of it, but then do you mean she's going to vaporize through the doors?
Yeah, I'll go in moisture form to the far side of the room and then become solid again at the other side.
So that you can get the other side. Banner's on one side of the group, you're on the other side, so you're both hitting on 2 sides.
And then once you've taken out these 2 here, you're going to come in behind me.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then. That sounds like a plan. So just so we're fully prepared, click on your tokens and roll your initiative to go on the initiative order so we know who's going first and what?
I think that's my best roll, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my best roll.
32.
Oh,
Well,
Man, I
I'm
need to
gonna
get my athletics up so that
even
my
better.
initiative isn't so bad.
Come on, Banner. Go for 11. Oh, 19's not bad. 11 would have been nice. Let me just roll these. Oh, look. Perfect. We are in perfect and utter order. So let me get this right. Rabbit, you're going to go through the loading bay and deal with the two gang members there. Yes?
Correct.
Banner's going to go through the door and
Mhm.
just deal with anything. And then Misty's going to follow on and do something when he comes back. That sounds a wonderful plan. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good in the order. So let's start off with I need to reveal this with you, Rabbit, because you've got a whopping 32. Does anybody remember playing Shadowrun? Because Shadowrun, you used to, if you had 32, you would take an action on 32, 22, 12, and 2. Does that make sense?
Wow.
So you would go down in lots of 10. So my guys would only go on 9, and that's it. So you would literally go through the order. So you would do like loads of actions, and then by the time you get to 9, if I was still around, I could fire my gun or something like that. So brilliant. So Rabbit, I presume you can see in there now.
I can.
Yeah.
And my goal is to use my speed charge attack, if I may.
Yeah.
2 plus an additional 1 to hit both of them.
Yeah, so you can move so each square is 1 meter. So there's 2 in the room. There's 2 gang members sat on either side of a crate playing what appears to be cards. So yeah, so move your.
Okay, my movement is only a 48.
Ooh.
So
so if it's a 48, then you go to you can do a quick attack, so you can move 1/3 of your movement, which be
technically I'm performing a charge with my
right.
speed charge, so I think it takes the place of the quick move. Technically,
yeah. So you're just dashing in, and
it is a hard roll for you to evade.
Okay.
And my goal was to get my quarterstaff out, if that wasn't clear.
Yeah, or you could probably get that out beforehand, and then charge in. So there's almost like this blur as you rush in. So let's do some attacks.
This is towards the first one.
Yeah.
Got a 65 out of 92.
Which is very nice, and he tries to, his evade will be hard, isn't it? Yeah,
correct.
So he fails his evade roll. So do you want to do some damage on him first?
I would actually like to go with my specials first, because I'd like to use a power here.
Oh, nice.
I'd like to use Luck of the Devil to get the second ability. Normally this is to make it so I can ignore one of your specials, but I can also use it to give myself another non-critical special.
Nice.
So with this, I would lose a luck point, but I would also have 2 specials here.
Got you.
I'd like to trip and disarm, and because I'm presuming he has a weapon on his belt or something.
He has. Well, he will have a machine pistol in his hand, and he has a weapon on his belt. Yeah.
I want to go for the machine pistol.
Okay. Yeah. So you can like knock it out the way.
Yes. So trip and disarm is what I'm doing.
Right.
And my hit location is right in his 9. Abdomen.
Right into his abdomen. Do you want to do some damage first, and then we'll do the trip? What's it? Trip and disarm.
Correct. Trip and disarm. 6 damage, almost my max. This
Right.
banner laughs at me over there. 32 initiative, but can't do 32 damage.
You're
Okay,
not
then.
supposed to tickle him. You're supposed to hit him.
So that's 6 points into his abdomen. He does have 1 point of armor there.
Yeah, I figured.
Which means it is going to go down. This is in his abdomen. That there. So I must make an opposed roll of brawn, evade, or acrobatics against your original roll. So your original roll was 65, I think.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yep.
What can I use? Brawn, evade, or acrobatics? Well, I don't have acrobatics. I'm going to use brawn. I am going to use brawn to try and resist this. He got 71 out of 40. He would probably need a crit to beat your score. So he is now. So he will fall prone on the floor, and then we've got disarm, which means I make a combat saving throw against your original roll. So this is, so what was it, 65?
Yep.
Yeah, so crit would be nice here. I'll take the crit. So I got 6 out of 56, which means it's a crit roll. So you sort of like come in, you whack him in his abdomen, and he sort of like falls to the floor. But as he falls to the floor, you go and try to knock the gun out of the way, but he somehow grabs it and is prone on the floor. Yeah. And do you
next
have
victim?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, that just as a note, that luck of the devil, seeing that I got a good roll is when I'm probably going to be using luck of the devil.
Nice.
So that's hard to resist.
And then you can have all those specials as well.
Yeah, but then you get these lucky rolls. Anyways, here's Fast and Furious 2. 78 out of 92.
78 out of 92 is good. I will roll my 22% evade. And I failed that. So therefore, you've got specials and hit locations, etc.
Yeah, and I'm not using luck of the devil on this one because I don't have that many luck points. But I'm going to go for
Stun.
I was just thinking this would be a nice instance to use luck of the devil, get choose location head and stun. But
that would be nice.
But I'm just going to go for
choose location.
You're taunting me here. No, I think I need to go for a trip. No, I'm going to go for a disarm. I'm going to go for a disarm, and I'm going to hit him in the 20.
In the head. And do some damage for me.
I should have picked stun now.
Yeah, you should have done.
Yeah, too late. Pow! 4 in the head.
4 in the head. He hasn't got any armor there, but he is still up. And did you say you disarming as well?
I believe I said disarm.
Yeah, so I'm going to roll my combat skill, which is 56, and I need to beat this time 78. So I need another crit. Come on.
Here you go.
No.
Oh.
Okay. So you do manage to flick his weapon out of the way. So one is prone on the ground with a rather bruised rib and abdomen from your whack of your staff. He's prone and his gun is out of reach. The second one is still up. He's on his feet, but his gun has flown off in a direction. And we dash across to the
Before
other.
we do, would it be possible for me to continue to be over in this spot? Kind of gone past him and between both of them in front of me as I turn around.
Yeah, so that the ones behind you where you are now, that is the double doors that seem to be shut.
Gotcha.
Misty, you are next. What would you like to do? Muted.
Sorry,
Not
yeah,
talking.
sorry, not talking. Vaporous form again through the door, and I want to end up. How far can I move? It's
You'll
not as
be-
fast as my normal, is it?
If are you doing anything else, or you're just
No,
moving?
literally just moving. I want to end my move over
Yeah.
this direction.
So I think it's like a slow fly, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry.
I remember reading it.
Let me just very concentrate immediately revert back to damage vaporous. Speed equal 1/5 of their con.
Yeah. What's your con?
My con is 1,000. My con is 18.
18. So it's
So
going
that'd
to
be 5, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
4, 5, yeah.
5 meters. Yeah. So let me reveal inside, and then you can decide where you're going to be. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, bleeding neck. So
Okay.
I'd like to end up here.
Yeah, so you move your character to your token. So you're sort of like going in virtually the middle.
Yeah, I'm still moving that direction at my turn, but that's as far as I can get at the moment.
The other thing that you do, could you just make a hard perception check for me?
Yes, I can. That's a formidable, which is 23 out of 53.
Excellent. You can see over here, there is a door. So on the
directly
opposite
west of me.
Yeah, directly east of you.
East of me, sorry, yes.
And directly below the double doors that goes into the loading bay.
Yeah.
So you come in, and are you materializing there?
No, I'm still in
You're still in vapor
form.
form. Okay, then, brilliant. And Banner, you are up next. What would you like
Banner is gonna slam through the door and shout,
are you
"Pizza delivery!"
Do you have your shield up or not? Because it attached to your arm, doesn't it? So you can actually have it up before you go in. I think you have fast shield as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have it up.
Say again, sorry. You're going to
I'll have it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you go to shout pizza delivery and do what?
If I can, go after this guy right here.
Okay. So what's actually your movement? It should be about 6.
Yeah, I think so.
So 1/3 of it will be 2 meters, and that's what so you could quick move and then attack. So it'd be 2 meters, so you won't actually get to him. If each square is 1 meter in length. So and you're moving from slightly outside the door. So you'll be sort of like here, but not in actual physical combat. Okay, now at this point, then you shout pizza delivery. Obviously, everybody hears that, and you on 9, you notice that the majority of the people in here reach for their weapons with their action point and bring their weapons out. They can't fire at the moment, but they do bring them out. And you see this, Misty, as well.
Yeah.
The one over here in your area of the woods, Miss Rabbit, the one that is prone. Okay, the one who is prone will actually use his action point to stand up. So he will be no longer prone. He doesn't have a weapon or anything like that.
The prone one should have his weapon.
No. You kicked it away. You disarmed him as well.
No. He got a critical when I tried to disarm
Oh,
him.
yes, he did.
Oh, did he?
He
Sorry.
has his gun, but
Yeah.
it's the one next to me that doesn't have his gun, but is
Yes,
standing.
that is right. Yeah. So he sort of like gets up with his gun, but he can't fire it because his action is getting up. And this guy who is already up, but has no weapon, is just going to try to lay one on you with his fist, and he's going to use his action point up. So that'll be 2 action points done. So I'll have 3 left after this attack. So he just sort of like brawls out at you and gets 51 out of 56. So that is making contact with you, Miss Rabbit. You can use an action point to parry, or you can evade.
Or I'm going to spend a point of luck to decrease that down to a failure.
Right. Yeah. So you'll use Bad Penny, which is one of your superhero abilities.
One of my luck boosts.
Yeah. So you spend a luck point, so that goes to a failure. So he sort of like feels as it's coming in, and you just sort of like see it, this fist coming straight towards you, and just lean back, and it just sort of like goes past your nose. And you sort of like watch it go past. Okay, so that's a good time to stop for our break. So when we come back up, it will be round 1 still, but it'll be turn 2. We'll wait for him to come back, but we are. I thought he was there.
You're making me jealous, Captain. And he also looked like Ed Sheeran.
Yeah. What's he doing with his hair? Is it just back in a ponytail?
Yeah, it's Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. I'm trying to think of the name of the song to make this. I can pull this up. Hold on.
Yeah. People in Australia used to go miles to see Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
But he can't go to Australia because of the sun. So it's ironic. Yeah. I was thinking more of Bieber, like baby, oh. You know.
Yeah, that was perfect singing.
Fantastic. Well, I want to be too on key because I don't want us to get sued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understandably. Understand. Can I put X's in
What is going on here?
What
if I return to?
Well, we went live because I thought you were there, and then when I looked, you weren't. So
and then Captain Kangaroo went Justin Bieber style hair.
Yeah, I called it.
He was doing Ed Sheeran first, and then went Justin Bieber. So right.
I'm trying to think of what the lyric is. The stupid songs. When the world likes something like it used to before.
I don't know any.
And I can't get you off of your feet.
Is this a Justin Bieber song?
More lyrics aren't helping.
I'm trying to remember the lyrics. They're so generic.
I can safely say.
Well, darling, I will be loving you till we're 17. Yeah, that one.
It's all right. I won't get a copyright hit for that rendition. There's no way. I'm totally safe. Okay, we are busy in the warehouse where you are heavily into combat, and we've just done round 1, turn 1, and we've come back up to the top of the round for turn 2. And we're going straight across to you, Miss Rabbit. So you have one person stood up with a gun, and one person stood up who's just taken a swing at you with their fist. And you've got your back to a double set of doors. What would you like to do?
Well, I'd like to try and abuse my speed charge ability again, in combination with my parkour ability. So like I'm taking a step back and getting my charge free action off by using the boxes around me in this
Yeah.
space.
And
I'm going to spend
hitting,
an extra point.
yeah, to hit the other one. Yeah, go for it.
That brings me down. That's expensive. But I don't have anything to
You
spend
probably hit the far one first.
Yeah, let's do it that way.
Yeah, because you're sort of like parkour over and build up the charge to that, and then maybe even come round the back of them to get that speed up. Yeah, so yeah, go for number one.
All right, man with the gun.
Man with the gun.
89 out of 92.
Ooh.
That is a lovely that is so good. I don't have any action points left, so I'm not doing anything at all. So you'll automatically have a special on me.
This guy.
This is guy number one who you hit in the abdomen.
Yeah, and I want to hit him in the abdomen again, which is why my initial thought was just choose location, abdomen. You did a decent amount of damage last time. I think I did 6 and -1 armor, so
Yeah.
that's a pretty good hit. I could probably take him out in one hit, but then I also think, no, I'm not Banner.
Plus, they probably had pretty good core strength because of all that squatting.
I'm down to 2 luck points. That's
no
like,
way.
That's an impoverished amount of luck points. But I'm
That's
gonna
like
use one.
That's like 1/10 of your total luck points, I think.
I have 6 total.
Do you feel normal?
Yeah.
I want to use that to activate my Luck of the Devil.
Okay.
Which is giving me an extra special. So I want to choose location, abdomen, and also disarm.
Okay.
So you'll have a roll against my disarm, but here I don't need a roll location because it's going to abdomen. And
so do some damage first for me.
5.
That
so might almost be enough to knock out a person for the first time.
Yeah, so he has 1 point of armor on there, so the 5 will go down to the 4, but he only has 1 point of health left in there, so it moves to a serious wound, which in this game means that they are passing out at this level. I should really just make an endurance roll that he fails. And he also just needs to make a nasty attack roll. What's your to hit roll?
He has to beat my 89.
And I did manage it with a 20. I did manage to be successful with a 28, but he's out for the count. He is down, first one down, and you'll scoot round the back of him as he falls, maybe doing a quick pole vault off the wall, or running up the wall and down the wall to hit the other one.
Right.
Taste blood. Okay, let's just be normal about this. A nice 38.
38 and 38 and 92 will whack him, so you've automatically got a special. I've got no action points left.
I hit him in the head before, so choose location head. Let's make this
yes,
simple.
you did. Choose location head. Do some damage.
Oh, dice. Give me a 7, please. I'd like a 7. I'll take a 5.
A 5. He has no He has no armor in here, and he only has 1 hit point left in that, which takes him down to a serious wound, which means he is out of it.
Critical.
I should really. No. So they are nicely out of it. And Misty, we come to you. You're in vaporous form in the middle of the room.
So I'm going to move to there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move almost to the doors behind this set of desks here. And then I'm going to go into normal form. No, I can't do another action, can I?
Not if you're moving your full movement, but does it take an action to come out of mist form?
It's by will, if memory serves me.
It's like
Yeah, the hero can change a cloud of vapor on what? Oh, I hate it when it's like, let's do that. Cloud of vapor or fine particles. Right, okay, blah, blah, blah. To nearby substance state.
the hero assumes form as an action.
As an action, yeah, sorry. So I
Hang
won't
on.
be able to.
Yeah, so it's presumed then that you'll take an action unless you find out.
Yeah.
So that you'll move your movement. So it'll be like 6 meters, I presume, is your movement. Yeah.
Or 5, yeah.
Yeah, so you'll get there and then you'll need to use next turn to
Unless I bash myself on the table and lose concentration.
Yeah. Oh, I can shoot at you if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Banner.
Banner's going to attempt to hit this guy so hard that he clobbers him to the guy way behind him. Towards the guy way behind him.
So you want to do as much knockback as you possibly can.
Yeah, well, I do have a power for it. It's called clobber, but I don't have the book in front of me, so I really don't know how it works. I just know it's like a portion of my strength or something.
I've
Doesn't it just add to the bash special or something? Because bash is the special that makes it so you do knockback generally.
Yeah. So it essentially extends the bash.
Is it on your shield or is it on your strength? I think it's on your strength.
It's on my strength, yeah. It should be, yeah. Let's see. Hold on.
No, it must be on your shield. Oh, you have clobber. Send the foes flying. You take 2 power points, and then after a successful unarmed or melee strike, to the budgeted to triple the effective damage value for the purpose of determining knockback or the bash special. So generally with knockback, if the damage is double their size, I think it is that, then that implements it. So 8 damage we use when we're calculating knockback between. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Then. So let's do it one step at a time. So let's roll to hit first. Is this with your shield or with your hand?
It'll be with my shield.
Okay then. Yeah. So roll to hit with your. You get a 62. Now, I actually do have an action left because I drew, if you remember, they all drew their guns on the last one.
Yeah.
So I will try to evade this. Okay, so I have to get higher than a 67 on my evade roll. Just to let you know, I have an evade skill of 22. Oh, look. Oh, I got 22 out of 22. The best.
You could have gotten a critical.
I could have.
3% chance of getting a critical.
Yeah.
I like to imagine that this guy tried to hunker down, but only made my leverage of throwing him across the entire warehouse even better.
So you will have a special. Okay, so you can use the bash special, yeah, and then you can then do your damage is the next thing that I'll.
Yeah.
It's 17 points of damage. I just need to, so that's multiplied,
and I'm using 2 power points for clobber.
Yeah, so that will be it will be tripled 17. So what's that, 51?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In meters.
Right, let me just make sure we do exactly what the bash thing does, because we don't use bash all that much.
With 17 damage, does it really matter where he hits on the person?
No, this guy
His
is
entire body hurts.
this guy is out of it, no matter what. But
well, I want the 17 damage to be shared to the guy behind him.
I think it'd just be right. The hero knocks the target back. Hang on a minute. So you did 51 points of damage. Okay. The hero knocks the target back 1 meter for every 2 meters rolled with 2 damage rolled with a shield. Or hang on. Or if the hero has enhanced strength, which you do, it's 2 points of damage rolled with a shield, or it has enhanced strength, 3 otherwise, so it'll be 2. Bashing only works on if the target is forced back into an obstacle, they must make a hard athletics roll to avoid being knocked prone. So we've got like 25 meters, haven't we? Really. So it's only 6 meters to him, and then we only got another 3 meters to the wall behind you. So you sort of like go bash with his here. He sort of like takes off, going right the way back. He's passed unconscious immediately. He bashes into this other person, this next one, that fails his athletics roll, and both of them do the last 3 meters and probably bash into that wall quite heavily. So I am going
to... Is that where Banner goes, hey, do you have a pilot's license?
Yes. And they both sort of like crumble into the wall and slump down. Guns are going all directions that they had, because they won't be able to keep hold of their guns, or they get there and drop it. So yeah, that's an action worth. You still can do a quick move after your attack if you wish. So you can move 2 meters either before or after your attack. So
I'll move 2 meters over here. Ready to go. Hold on, I'm moving myself. I'll just say, I guess that means no tip.
Yes, and they go flying, and everybody sees these squatters go flying back, and some of them might have even managed to pull their trigger. The guns go off, but that's it. Okay, then, and that brings it on to me on 9. Rabbit, you're safe. That's absolutely fine. Misty, you're safe. You're absolutely fine. But I've got some gunfire that is being fired off. So just to let you know, 2 things. Number 1, they're using 3-round bursts. Oh, no, sorry, they're not. They're using fully automatic, which increases the difficulty of the attack to formidable. Okay. But we divide 10 shots equally between any number of targets within a 10-meter long line. So all of them are within the 10 meters. So it will all be coming onto you, Banner. Now, just to let you know, you have cover because you're behind this, the crates here. So
and
what?
I think your shield blocks. Is it enormous, your shield?
No, that's just a rumor.
If it's enormous shield, it'll passively block 5 locations.
Yeah, I think we figured out before.
Yeah. So what will happen? So have you got your 5 things blocked on your character sheet?
Let me verify that. Give me a sec.
So just so everybody else knows as well, so if you're in cover, then the cover acts like passive blocking.
Oh,
So
I guess it doesn't really give me the option to do that.
on your character sheet,
Oh, maybe. I
Right
guess.
next to the armor point, there's like a little thing you can.
Yeah, I put it was
No,
it
okay.
says type, and I put PB in the ones I'm passive blocking.
oh
Okay,
no, yeah. Can you see where the little shields up at the top?
Uh-huh.
Onto
Oh,
you put
that is what it's for. It says
Yeah.
passive block
Okay, maybe
size.
I was confused on that. Okay, I'll pick the 5 then. Give me 1 second.
yeah.
I'll put one on the ones that are covered.
Yeah,
Oh.
The parts are covered.
or at X, yeah.
Okay.
So just so other people, so if say for example I was firing at Rabbit who was behind something and her legs are covered, then I would shoot normally. I of course can choose location to hit an area that is not behind the crate. If not, I roll to see whether or not I hit. I roll to the hit location. If it goes to the legs, i.e., that's what's behind cover, then I need to overcome the armor points of the object before I then hit the person. So, and if you've then got armor points in your leg, I need to overcome those. And then that's it. Okay, how are we doing, Banner? Are you all?
I'm all ready.
You're all ready. Excellent. So here comes so I'm hard. No, I'm full auto, aren't I? I'm formidable. And there is a reason it's full auto, by the way, that you might discover later. Right. So my on these inside the area, their skill level is 97%. No, that it's not. Sorry, it's just 56. So it's the same. So I'll go left to right. So this I'll do this guy first, then this one, and then this one, and these two are out of it. So first guy goes, misses, and goes. Bah! These machine gun fires go all the across. Second one, I do better. So I got 95 out of 26, and then I got 96 out of 56. Sorry. I don't know why I pressed athletics that first one, but it doesn't matter. It still would have failed. And then the last one, come on. 33 out of 56. So it does hit. Now you have an option. You can actively block with your shield. Okay, just like you would like a parry. Or you can use evade. Both of those would take an action point. Or you can just say, oh no, fire at me. I'm indestructible.
Let's do that.
No, actually, no.
My wings like a shield of steel.
I'm wrong. I've missed because it's
Yeah,
formidable.
I thought it was formidable, yeah.
I got 33 out of 28, but that would have been a nice shot if I'd done so. There, Misty, you're quite pleased about this as all these bullets are firing in your other direction. But, Misty, you're still in vapor form, remember?
Indeed. Yeah.
You do at that point, on their 9, on their round, you notice that this guy comes up
from the stairs.
From the stairs. Okay, and he's jogging up. He's got his gun out, ready to fire. So we're going to turn 3 of this combat round for anybody who's still got actions. So, Rabbit, do you have any actions left?
I do, because I used Bad Penny instead of trying to evade.
Oh, yes. Nice.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking with gas here. My quick move would be 16 squares. So my idea would be to move into the next room to lend backup, as I said the plan was.
Okay.
So even if I pause for a moment at the door and used a couple like move squares on that,
yeah,
I could still reach this far end guy.
Yeah. So as you go through the door, that would just double your movement through that little square. As you come through the door, Whereabouts do you want to end up?
If I don't see the guy jogging up the stairs, then I want to move to the far end to go and swing and hit that guy. Quick move, normal attack.
Hang on, but I'm going to say you don't know where that guy is.
Good point.
Until you come through those doors. So I'm going to say you can get there, but I envisage your supercharged to be all in one one action. So you can move into the room. You can make a perception check, a hard perception check, to see whether or not you see this guy, and in which case you can stop by him if you wish. But as you're moving in and you're not too sure what you're moving into, you won't have an attack. You could use
and I'd probably have to use my free action to do perception anyways to get an assessment of the room.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's the goal. Is I'm running a little bit more blindly as I know my friends need help. So I'm going to go to the door and open it up. An 18 out of 38.
Yeah. Could you make a brawn roll for me?
I have seen that the door has stopped my face.
Yeah, the door.
Critical too. I'm a lucky little rabbit.
So you barge into the door. The door was locked, but you sort of like barge straight through it on your critical brawn, and the door sort of like bursts inwards, so it burns inwards, and you manage your hard roll. So that was a critical 2 on your brawn of 41, and then 18 on your perception of 56. It needed a 38 too. So you then see this guy here. Do you wish to stay there or do you wish to move?
I'm going to stay there, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm going to swing if I can.
You'll get through and you'll use your action to break through the door.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
in that case, I will be there.
You're sort of like Misty. You notice the door goes, and Rabbit. You can't see Misty at all. Even you can see banners over the opposite side. And Misty, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to.
Yeah. You have another action. I would have thought. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to demist.
Demist. Excellent. Banner.
Banner's gonna close up the gap between him and this guy.
I didn't hear a word of that.
Hold on 1 second. All right, there we go.
That's better.
There we go.
Yeah, I did take my earpiece out. All right, I'm gonna close the gap between me and the guy right there.
Yeah, so that they're 2 meters. The one here, is this the guy? Yeah.
Is that enough gap so I can do attack?
That's 2 meters, so that's the equivalent of a quick move. So you can have an attack with him with your shield. That's not a problem.
All right, I will go in for a run and bash into him. I just hit him. I won't bash him towards anybody.
Yeah, nice. I looked at the roll 20 and I thought it was another critical, but that's still Rabbit's brawn.
We'll see.
Yes, 82 is a hit. I don't have any action points left because we're in turn 3. So 82 out of 91 is a nice hit. So you'll have a special hit location and damage.
Think of a good special. Can't do choose location, can I?
Yeah.
All right, with this one, okay. I'll do choose location head.
Choose location head. Yeah, do some damage for me.
I roll in.
Just gonna be like a watermelon being hit with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
And this is prime comedy in the 80s.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Low
damage hit.
I'm excited now. That's 9. So they've got 5 on that location.
Okay, yeah.
So that will still knock him out. Let's do his endurance roll.
I thought you were saying 5 armor on his head for a second.
No.
Like, does he have ballistic armor on his head?
No.
How?
So he actually makes his endurance roll to prevent passing out, but it's opposed compared to the attack roll. So the 82 beats my 32 in any case. So this guy is out of it. And that's
awesome.
That is the end. They don't need you, mister. You can go home, I think. We're coming up to round two. Round 2, turn 1. And Rabbit, you are first up. I'm going to give this guy a number because you tend to not take them out in one shot.
Okay, that's hurtful. I'm gonna try and take him out in one shot. I don't think this is cramped enough to use my parkour for a charge, but
no, it's not.
Yeah, so I'm gonna swing my staff at him.
Okay, wow. Staff power.
Oh, 73 out of 92.
Yeah, so he will try to dive out of the way as he comes up. Rather than trying to parry with his weapon, he'll just try to dive out of the way. No, he fails. He fails. So in which case, you've got a special hit location and some damage, please.
I'm just trying to see if I have anything that might help me here. I want to save my last luck point.
Okay.
So I'm going to go for a trip. Wait, how close to the stairs is he? He's like at the top step, or
he's
at
the top step? Yeah.
I want to try and trip him
down.
Trip him.
I think that would be a little bit funny.
It would be.
Pow, right in the 12.
Right in the 12. Right in his chest. So
yeah,
you whack him.
Highest point to not do a one-hit KO.
Do some damage for me. 2 points actually doesn't get through his chest armor, but you do whack him in it, so he's taken no damage. And now I must make an opposed roll against your attack roll, or I'm falling prone, which means I will go down the stairs. So your original attack roll was 73. 73. I am going to use my brawn, which is 40. Okay.
You'll get a critical. I believe in you.
No, I don't. I get a 70 out of 40. So you sort of like
point of luck.
Yeah, no. only supervillains have luck. So you sort of like turn around, whack him in the chest. You don't do any damage to his chest, but then he sort of like does those funny legs on the top stair as he totters on it, and then he just sort of like falls down, going bang, 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 bang down the stair, and he will land prone at the bottom. Sophia, Misty, you are up. You are in full Misty normal form. You can the one straight in front of you now is down the. Yeah, he's still there. And this guy is still there. They've both got machine pistols out. They seem to be firing at Banner at the moment. They haven't done their free action to do a perception check. So you can fire your... I think they're both in range for your water blast, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they should be.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll give a water blast. Let's see how we go. I need to put points in this.
Which one do you want to fire at? That one. Okay, so the one up at the top. Okay, then. Yeah, go for it. Come on.
Oh, my God, I hit.
Oh, yeah.
Use a point of luck. Use a point of luck.
Yeah.
Use a point of luck.
I will use the points. Look, reverse that. Thank you.
Yeah, so it was 20 out of 32. And then Misty's used a point of luck to reverse it to 0-2, which means it will be a critical. So you'll have this guy doesn't know you're there at the moment because you were in vaporous form beforehand. So you'll have 2 specials and then a hit location and a damage.
Okay, well, my special will be choose location because I'm ranged and I need to do that as a proper special.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So that's going to be choose location head.
Hang on, isn't that not a crit in ranged?
Yeah,
But
so I'm
he
saying
got a crit.
I got a crit. So I'm going to
Oh,
use
yes.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't use it normally, so yeah.
It's do you want
And
carry
you know
on?
what my next one's going to be max damage.
Max damage. Okay, then. Yeah. So head max damage. So
Yeah,
what are you
16
rolling?
points. Well, it's 2d8, so 16 damage.
No, so you'll roll a d8. Your first hit dice will be maximum, won't it? And then
Oh, sorry, that's right. Yes.
You'll roll your second one. So 2 d8s, did you say? So it'd be 8 plus what your second roll is. So just roll 1 d8.
No.
Got
9 points of damage to his head.
Yeah.
He's only got 5 there. He's only got 5 there, and he fails his endurance. So this sort of like you bolt of water comes flying because it's sort of like face palms him straight in his face, and he's just sort of like
whips his head around, breaks his neck.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking he might open his mouth and all this water just goes in, but he's definitely. You might have done one of those things when you hit them so hard in their head they flip right the way over. Does that make sense?
Oh, over the table.
Yeah, and I just sort of like is out of it. Yeah, nice. Banner. You've got. So you look
one guy
around.
over here.
This is the only guy that's open. Now you can move to him, but you won't be able to make an attack. You don't have enough move to move and attack.
Well, it looks like he needs fast delivery, so I'm going to throw my shield at his face.
Nice. Okay, then. Who thought your shield was attached to your arm?
It can come back to my arm.
Nice.
Throw.
Oh,
is
so you're
one of my,
like the Hulk
specials.
meets Captain America. Yeah,
Pretty
Well,
much.
it would be funny if you threw your shield and your arm at him.
Yeah. He's just sort of like
please?
disconnects his arm and just chucks it. Yeah. So roll to hit then on 19. Yeah, that 74 is a hit. He will use an action point to try to evade this as this shield flies towards.
So close.
But he gets a 23 out of a 22. He would need a critical to avoid it. But just out of interest, if they did roll a crit, then they've avoided it. They would be prone, but they would take no damage at all as it flew past. Okay, then. So you've got one special, and then you got a hit location. And
choose location. Choose location head.
No, because you don't have a crit.
Oh,
and that's only usable in crit ranged or melee normal.
Okay, got it.
And max damage, max damage is crit as well.
What's a good ranged special?
Can you do stun?
You can always stun.
Yeah, you could do stun if you wish.
Because the 74 is a good one for stun.
Yeah, sure. All right, I'll do that.
So I need hit location first.
Do hit location.
A 20 would be nice. Or a 5.
A 5 is in his leg. Okay, now this is interesting because he's got cover.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got wooden cover. So wood gives him 6 armor points in his leg first. So you need to roll your damage first. Roll your damage next.
Let's see what we do here.
4d10, isn't it?
Okay, so you chuck it, it goes, you slide it through the crate underneath, and it's all like goes straight through the crate. That had 6 armor points on it. So that leaves you with 7. And the 7 then goes into his left leg.
Left leg.
Okay. Which he has armor on.
What?
So, yeah. So he has 2 points of armor on it, which takes it down to 5. But he does have 5 points of health there, which will take it down to 0. He fails his his endurance check, and boom, he's out. And the shield sort of like it returns, doesn't it? Your shield.
Yeah, I essentially what I do, I have like some activation where it returns to my arm.
Right. Yeah.
Like a magnetic thing.
Yeah. So, is it a magnetic thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I think I decided.
you end up with 7.
Yeah.
Stitch your arm.
or the machine pistols, guys.
All the
That would be very
machines.
useful, actually.
And I've also just made up a new villain called Magneto. So, yeah, so it crashed. This is
really name. I don't think anyone will believe that's a villain.
Banner, this is a fancy move. Your shield goes through. I assume that you wanted this to happen. You were planning this all the time. As it cuts through the cover, hits his leg, takes his leg out, and then appears back on your arm. Yes.
I'm just saying, in 2 turns, I was able to take down 4 people. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I took down 2.5. I mean, you know.
We had utter faith in you. I got 1.
Yeah. And on number 9,
you hydrated one guy.
Yeah.
On number 9, the second person appears up the stairs. So
make a bad move.
So that's that was his movement. This is not the person that you knocked down. This
I presume they
there
walked
was
over
4 down there, wasn't there?
yeah. So this guy comes up on the end of the round using his action point. So he's already seen his friend tumble down, and he seems to be he sort of like comes up to the top. He can't quick move and fire. The staircase is more than 2 meters, so he's actually up at the top, but he does have his machine gun pistol at point blank range on you at the moment, Rabbit. And so it's round 2, turn 2, and yeah, Rabbit, you're up on 32.
I am going to snap my quarterstaff at him.
Do you know, this actually might be the first adventure that Rabbit runs out of luck points. I just think 70 out of 92 will actually hit him. He will quite naturally try to... Are you hitting him with a staff? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll use his unarmed combat to try to parry the blow. So he has 56 with his unarmed combat.
Sound very safe.
Well, what he was going to do, as your staff came, he was going to loop his arm around it and use the momentum to carry the staff forward, and then hopefully get a special on his attack and disarm you with it. That would have been so... I'm going to use that at one point. He tries to parry your blow, but he misses. So you have got a special, a hit location, and a damage.
The reason why I have my unarmed skill trained up as high as my quarterstaff is because I expect you to steal my staff.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for... oh man, a trip would be funny here. Just keep talking them down.
It would. It would be classic superhero as.
Well, this is more slapstick comedy at this
Yes.
point, but somebody's got to bring the comedy, so I'll it's not a challenge. I'll go for a trip, and I will hit him in his 15,
In his
which
right
is his right
arm.
arm.
Yeah, do some damage for me.
Okay, please, I want a 7. Let's give me a 7. I've never gotten a 7 before. 3.
3 into, right. He doesn't actually have any armor on that arm, but he does have that'd take him down to 1 hit point in that. Let me just give him a number. So
Yeah, because I have a hard time.
But we've also got trip, so I'm making a opposed brawn roll, which is my best one, against your 70.
70. Yeah.
Oh. So he got a 9 out of 40, which means it is successful, but because it's a opposed roll, it means you get the actual attack. I'm just going to make an athletics.
So close to his critical too.
It was. He fails his athletic roll, and he also tumbles down the stairs to the basement. Then that's where he is. Okay, then, Sophia.
Before we go on, I'm still allowed to use a quick move now, right?
You are, if you've done an attack, so you can move 1/3 of your movement,
which would be 16. I would like to, actually I don't think I want to move. I'm just going I need to make way for Banner though, but he's not here yet. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay there, I guess.
Okay then. Misty, what would you like to do?
Unmute yourself first for starters.
Yeah, unmute yourself so we can hear you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna move to there.
Yeah.
And then point at this door. Say, Banner.
Oh, I thought you were casting a spell. Okay then. Yeah. And that leads us on to you, Banner, on 19.
Oh, hi, Misty.
Hey, Banner.
Banner goes, hi.
Hi.
Banner, what would you like to do apart from saying hi back to Misty?
Well, she just said Banner. I was like, oh, hi. I don't know.
I think she pointed as well. I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
She
That's
pointed.
not a thumbs up. That's a thumb.
Yeah.
Got it. That's his finger pointing through it. Got it.
Yeah, it's to the door.
All right, I'm gonna walk over there then.
Okay, then you
get ready.
You can make your move over there, and that brings us on to 9. So I have some more movement, but you don't see anything coming up the stairs, Rabbit. Nothing coming up the stairs.
Went down the stairs. No.
Now, so we'll go straight up to turn 3 for anybody with action points left. So Rabbit, you will be first.
Okay, yeah, I don't like that there's movement that I can't see. So I'm going to I'm going to parkour. My end spot that I want to go to is about over here. I want to parkour and get some cover over some of these boxes.
Yeah.
And also putting myself closer to my comrades.
Okay. Brilliant. Misty, you're up next. He muted.
You're also muted, Misty. You have to come out of your vaporous form.
Come out here. Unless you're trying to... Yeah, I know. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. that you were using telepathy.
Yeah, but I'm out of magic points now, so it's all right. Right, I'm going to create here a
Ooh,
fog wall. Oh, in fact, probably top of the stairs, a fog
a
wall.
bog
Just,
wall.
Whoa.
fog wall, a mist, like just a cube of mist.
So you're not blocking it, you're just making it bad vision.
I make it bad vision for them to come up the stairs and stumble out, not knowing who's out there.
Got
Oh,
ya.
good call. That's smart. I
So
mocked you, but you were smart.
Okay.
right, let me just see if I've got anything that I can use here for this.
So you need a willpower check before you do that. Oh, yeah, with style and panache. Does that mean it doesn't use any power points?
Hang on. It's not a very good mist, but it is there.
You are not the
Not a
master
very
of
good miss,
moisture.
even though it was a critical. Whatever.
Critical. I don't think that takes any power points if it's.
Lovely.
The thing that's annoying me is that this mist should be moving. And it's not. Let me put.
Well, this is very unbelievable. I'm taken out of the game.
Well, I've got a
you expect me
pause.
my imagination with this?
I've got a pause, and can you see? You can see that mist, can't you?
Yeah, there's some dancing mist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it. I'm
It's not
disappointed.
dancing.
It looks like someone just like tried to erase that area, but gave up.
Yeah, somebody's just sort of like, let's try. I'm disappointed.
Stop rubbing your pencil eraser on the board.
Yeah. Right. Oh, right. I've got a better one, I think.
Oh.
Okay.
This is a D&D fog cloud.
You
So-
put some lightning in there,
Of
that'd be
course,
awesome.
Yeah. Well. What? Oh,
One,
no,
one to the right.
that's a better one.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
The master of moisture.
That's a
Yes,
better
yes.
one, isn't it?
It is, yeah, just one to the right.
One to the right,
Yep.
like that.
Yes, it's top of the stairs. Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay then. Banner.
Banner is bashing through the store.
No.
With his
Banner's
hand,
not- Banner's not
not in a
bashing.
bashing form.
Okay,
Using
fine.
his hand
we'll-
as if it's a hand.
Yeah, I use my hand and twist it, the knob.
Not twisting
I
it
guess.
off.
Just twisting the knob.
It looks like it's like some kind of office prep room sort of bit. There's nothing in there. Just roll your brawn.
All right. Sure.
You know that this hacker can probably make bad things happen to us, knowing that we don't want bad things to happen to our reputation.
I just wanted to check, because if you failed it, you would have pulled the door off via your bull in the china shop, wouldn't you? Because if you any
So
rolls
cool.
yeah. Yeah, okay then. So this looks fairly cleared out. The three of you can go down and deal with there's the ones that are injured and another two down there, but they're taking their chances staying down at the bottom. Obviously you've got a whole load of people here that are unconscious. What's going to be the plan for them?
Drag them outside, tie them up.
And
Yeah.
With what?
With their
There's
entrails.
probably rope in here.
Oh my lord.
Chains.
No, I guess we have rope.
We've got a lot of jumpers we could use.
yeah, tie them together with cardigans.
Yeah.
So are you just?
Well,
Yeah, go for it.
this is probably a garment factory or a garment warehouse or whatever as the original thing, and they're packing drugs here. So any clothes we can save would be saving the merchandise for the guy that we're trying to help, who is helping somebody else.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they're truly
So tie
knocked
them up
out.
with drugs.
Okay, can I go back
Yes.
one stage? So obviously you can tie these people up. There'll be things. Are you just leaving them outside? Is that the plan?
There's still people downstairs that we kind of need to deal with, don't we?
Yeah, but they, due to you taking out the rest of the group, they are almost like they failed their willpower check, so they're not going to withstand.
Yeah.
I want Banner for the ones that are still awake to do like intimidation of like, go and don't come back. Sort of
Yeah,
thing.
so that would be a really
You want me to
good.
roll my intimidation?
Yes, that seems to be
Send a message. Send a message.
Send a message. Come on. Oh no, you fail. You fall over. You knock down 2 walls.
Do you have any luck?
I will roll. I will use a piece of luck to re-roll
It's just
that.
a piece of whole look.
I'll use another whole luck and I'll re-roll that.
Okay. Oh, so the first one was 88 out of 79 for people on the podcast. And then he used a point of luck that took him to 55 out of 79. So let me just roll their willpower because it will be an opposed roll. But they got 56 out of 18. So they fail. So they sort of like, some of them come round and they sort of like help each other, and a whole gang of what appears to be a whole load of members from the squatter gang sort of like limp off in various stages of damage. And you release the mist cloud at the top. And so the next question is, there seems to be a whole load of what could possibly be drugs in here. What's going to be the plan with that?
We're going to get some like Doritos and some chips and things like that. I'm going to have a hell of a party. Oh, no.
I think this is more
We're
of
going to sell them to pay for our legal bills. No.
We took all their guns, right? We didn't let them leave with their guns.
Yes.
We would take the guns off them.
Yeah.
So we have like a load of guns too. A
Sell.
lot of drugs.
Drugs and sell.
So
now
just
we're playing GTA.
So just out of interest, as you're collecting up the guns, can you make a perception check, all of you, because you will all be looking at the guns. Right. Banner makes it. Is anybody using luck? Misty, you failed 74 out of 53.
I will use another point luck with there.
It is sad.
Oh no!
Why didn't you just use a point of luck and reverse it?
I'll do that then.
Yeah, because it'll make 47 out of 53. Yeah. And or Rabbit?
I'm holding on to my last luck point because I'm looking around all paranoid.
Okay.
There might be more of them.
Okay, so both Banner and Misty, you notice that all these machine pistols look relatively new, but you also notice that something has been etched out of them. It seemed to be almost like where it has an insignia on it, or a label, or like a manufacturer's seal on it.
Got it.
And you sort of like look at them all and sort of like think, oh, what is it? What is that symbol? And you suddenly realize what it is. And it seems to be, I'm just going to drop it into the chat for you so you can see it in real time.
Oh. Real time?
In real life, yeah.
Okay.
So is it?
Let me practice my shocked face. Hold on.
Yeah, get ready. I'm building up the tension. I'm building it up.
Let me get some aftershave really quick so I can do the book quickly.
It's
So-
Machine Works.
Okay, then I'm going to give it. I'm just going to say mysterious note, and I'm going to show it to you now.
Dun dun dun. These are things I should know about, but don't really look pretty quick.
That would be Atomic Alpha.
Yeah, that is.
Oh,
Yeah.
we work for them.
What?
It's good they're not known for drugs and chemical drugs.
But that
It's good
doesn't
they're not
mean-
the pharmaceutical company, right?
That doesn't mean they supplied them. It could have been stolen from a shipment.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it looks like we have to start asking. We should probably ask these questions to our employer.
Let's bring these back to Jack Stone. He'll appreciate that we liberated some of his goods, and he'll be like, "Yeah, you guys did good. And you're
Yeah,
not
you
failures."
did well. Woohoo!
Exactly,
yes.
narrator Astro.
Yeah.
Tip all the drugs down the toilet or whatever we do with them.
But let me. The drugs. Do they have the insignia on there, or just the guns?
And then put the guns into a crate.
Yeah, so you can find a suitable crate and bring it back with you. I mean, you probably got enough time to drop it back to your location, your one of your buildings, Misty, if you want.
Yeah, that's probably the safest thing to do. And
Yeah.
probably take the drugs back home as well.
What? Is it a case that you've got the weapons and the powdered substances? So is the idea to take
take the weapons back to one of my to my home.
Yeah.
So it's out of the way. And the drugs, the alleged drugs, we'll just take maybe to another building and drop an anonymous call to the police.
Okay, then.
That seems like a lot of drugs to casually move to another building.
We got a banner.
Good point. Because they're like trolleys, you said, right?
Yeah.
With boxes filled with little bags.
There seems to be quite a big amount of this white powder.
I don't want to call the police here because it'll get this building shut down for a long time.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
It may
Yeah.
put a bit of suspicion onto the previous owner or the actual owner.
So you could leave them here, you could drop them off somewhere, you could take them back to your abode until all this has blown over.
No.
Let's
no,
call
no.
the
literally
squatters
blown
and say, "Hey, can you
This is what I
take
think.
your drugs?"
Yeah, can I
We
take
should
your
put
drugs
it.
with you?
We should put it in like a somewhat hidden place, and then we should leave like a note, or just call the police from like
Let's put a geocache and see what happens.
Yeah.
like
Wait a
call
minute.
like police from like a public phone and tip them off that it's there.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Hold on, we're missing the easiest option of all. We could just
Smoke it.
return
No.
to BBL. No, doing a lot of drugs would not be the easiest. We just leave it, go to BBL, say we handled the job, and leave it for his friend to figure out what to do. This might be something that gets us a lot of favor because anybody operating out of here might have the connections to want to handle that themselves. This might get us a
But rabbits.
bonus.
Would that mean that we're helping a criminal?
Well, we're helping ourselves.
So I
Rabbit.
felt like I should go duh 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 or something at that point. Are you?
Rabbits,
yes,
I
there'd be
like
drugs,
helping
but-
ourselves as long as ourselves is stopping crime and communist activities. And these drugs definitely look like came from a communist country.
Sophia, are these drugs legal?
Does anybody have a
probably not.
a scientific skill of any description?
I have knowledge of rural animals.
Sophia went to
Sometimes
uni.
drugs are found in rural animals when going across borders.
Yeah, so Sophia went to uni. Does that count?
No.
do I have-
you just know pot, and this is not pot.
Yeah,
you
not
know.
pot.
Well, it's not
Got it.
green.
Yeah. Okay, so you can leave it. You can store it all up in the underground, the sort of like the basement, and then hand it over to the person who comes back at it. Like Rabbit, or you can take it all and put it somewhere and get somebody to and make an anonymous call. What's going to be?
I like that. I think that fits us better.
All I'm saying is I'm not touching it. I'm not putting my fingerprints on that.
No, fair enough. We can get someone to get rid of it, and we take 90%.
Oh, please, that does be another step.
It's a slippery slope.
It's slippery slope. Yeah. So, are you dropping it off somewhere, making an anonymous call?
No, let's go see BBL and explain what we found there after we got rid of them, and he'll know what to do.
And he'll just leave it in the basement. Okay. Then. Yeah. So, as we are moving back to BBL, I need you to make a roll. And I think you all have a secret identity roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when this is matched against a computer hacker, it becomes an opposed roll. So the computer hacker makes a roll, and Misty or anybody, I think Misty has computers. You could use this in the same way. So you would roll your computer skill, and the secret identity would be rolled as well. And then whoever gets the highest, if the secret identity does, then nothing is found. If the computer gets highest, then one thing has been found, one piece of information. If it's a critical, if the differential is a critical, then 2 bits of information has been found. It doesn't mean that your secret identity is totally revealed. It just means that they're on the way to do it. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what I need you all to do is roll your... would you like me to roll individual computer skills for each one of you, or just one computer skill and match it to each one of you? Which one would you prefer? I'm happy doing either.
I like the second one. It's funnier that way.
One each. Yeah, one each.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, 96 is going to be a fun roll in any case. So, okay then. Who wants to go first?
I believe Misty rolled first and is muted.
Oh,
I'm not talking over you.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm good to use a point look and re-roll that if that's okay.
Yes. By all means.
That's better.
Oh.
Very nice.
So my computer skill, just so you know, is 75.
Damn.
86. So you're completely safe. Rabbit.
Mine is a 76. I don't know what it is.
61.
Nice.
Happy with that?
61 out of 76. Yeah, I'll take that. It's pretty good.
Okay, so this is my 75. I fail again. Mr. Banner.
So we all know what's gonna happen. We all know.
If you get 88 now, I'll be very impressed.
I will be, yeah. Oh, he makes it. Nicely. He makes it with done. 68. Hang on, because it's a post roll, and I've got a 75 skill. 68 out of 69. Banner might be safe. I get a 67 out of my 75, and Banner got a 68. So Banner, you kept it secret by 1 percentile point, just 1. You swine.
That's pretty good rolls.
I think I will have some better rolls next time. Okay then, you head back to BBL's apartment, and he's really he doesn't seem to be as strict as he was before. I'm presuming you are getting changed back into your normal attire, because that's what you went to him in the first place. And he he almost like shows you press the door button and the doorbell. He just welcomes you in straight away without any.
I'm going to shoot him with a machine pistol.
Yeah. And
Mr. Trusting.
He sort of like comes in and he sort of like says, well,
the job is done.
The dirty communists.
The squatters have been removed, but there's a rather large amount of drugs we've left in the basement for you.
He holds one finger up for me, and he reaches over and he taps in a number to a phone, and he goes, hello? And then he goes, hello? Grandma, they're gone. Your cardigan factory, you can go back to it.
Awesome.
Yes, straight away. I cleared them out for you. Oh, no, I know I'm the best son ever. I know, yes, I know. Best grandson ever. Anyway, enjoy it. And
tell her not to make any cakes with that flour.
And apparently there's some flour in the bottom in the thing. Yes, I'll see you later. And he sort of like clicks off the call, and he says, well, he says, I guess you'll be wanting to know what I found out then. And he sort of like reaches over and he has a tablet, and he says, I think you're going to find this very interesting.
The content of this podcast is covered by the Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license, so please give appropriate credit if you are sharing or copying any part of this podcast. Thank you.